Why, hello, it's Tyler from Tyler's Tarot. Cause hello, it's Tyler's Tarot in the house. And I'm here reading today to find out what year you'll be in a relationship. Hey, hey. So the point of this reading, I don't look too far ahead. I'm not one of those type of readers, type of tarot readers, but we're gonna find out we're gonna see what's in the ether, what is in store for you for a potential relationship, and what's the most likely year it will transpire. Y'all want to find out? So we're going to use these. Now, I want to preface this by saying the cards I'm looking for are commitment cards, like the Ten of Cups, Four of Wands, or just any other commitment card, good cards. And I'm looking for cups. So that's what I'm looking for. So as far as Aries is concerned, what year? I'm only looking for the rest of this year, 2021 and 2022. So the rest of this year of 2020, 2021 should give me 3 cards for each year. What is the most likely year that Aries will be in a relationship, if any? So that's the first card, second card, and third card. Ooh, business-wise, you look good for 2020, rest of 2020. I would say your best year, if any connection comes in, I'm not saying 100% it's going to be this year, but it feels like if a relationship is to happen, it's the rest of this year. Now that sounds crazy, but it looks like if it doesn't, some of you are going to be really enjoying being single or independent, but it feels like your best year for a relationship that's cooking in the ether here, cooking in your future, whatever you want to call it. It looks like it could be this year. This is not a definite reading, but I would say, don't say at the end of the year, well, Tyler said it's going to be a relationship for Aries this year, and it's not. No, it just feels like there could be a connection and for the rest of this year. So it feels like a connection could come in for you immediately. Because I'm not getting the other 2 years are that hot. That's not to say it won't happen, but it feels like this year would be, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen this year. For the rest of this year, there could be a connection that comes in, and that's my final thought on that. But like I said, if it doesn't happen, that doesn't mean it's not going to happen other years, but it's just saying it looks like the time to strike is in the year of the rest of this year, from now until the end of this year, from now until January, all right? Or now until December 31st. Looks like it's the hot months, I guess you could say, where a connection would probably take place. So it looks like it's immediate for you, if you ask me. Now, if it don't happen, don't come to me, all right? Okay, let's do Taurus. Now, what's the most likely year Taurus will end up in a relationship? Give me 3 cards for the rest of 2020, 2021, and 2022. Now, you know what's so funny? It's almost Taurus. Your year is any year, really. Like there's love. Some of you are going to go through a couple more before you get into your final one. But I want to say almost, some of you it's going to be another earth sign or going to be a fire sign, possible water, but I get fire and earth primarily. I feel like your year for a connection is like I got with Aries. You could meet somebody as early as this year. Some of you, I'm seeing you have friends that grow into lovers as well, or somebody you start off on a friendly level with. I would have to say your hot years is this year and 2021. So this year in 2021, I feel like some of you have a relationship coming up. I feel like it could be something long term, but it looks like it could happen either the rest of this year or in 2021 with a fire or earth sign is what I'm getting primarily, all right? Okay, let's do Gemini. These are not that drawn out. It's just to answer one question. What's the most likely year for a relationship? Gemini, rest of this year, no. Absolutely. Not only no, but hell no. Woo, Gemini, what's going on? 2022. If you're a single Gemini, you need to kind of steer clear of it until the time is right. That's not saying, please don't jump on the fence and go, well, how dare you say, I've been looking forward to this, and you're not saying it's not going. No, let me say something. You need to focus on you, do your thing. A relationship will fall into place when it needs to. Don't go trying to rush it. But it looks like your best year would be 2022. 2022. It's not a hot, the next year and a half, which would mean this would be the rest of 2020, because we're already halfway through the year, or over halfway. And the rest of 2021, it's not your months. It's not your years. Look at this. These are the years representing 2020 and 2021. 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. But going smack dab in 2022. You're with somebody who's stable and is at a king level, king, queen, it don't matter. They're at a very mature level. So I would say I'm not saying you're not gonna have no connection, but I feel like the real serious one is in 2022, all right? I wanted to say mid 2022. That's what it's telling me, Gemini. I gotta tell you what I get. All right, let's see. What about Cancer? You're gonna be speaking to somebody in the, ooh, okay. Damn Cancer. Woo. Just like I said with that Leo read I did in that all signs today, this is so good it makes you want to smack your mama. Actually, I didn't say that, but this is so good it makes your nipples hard. Remember I said that in the Lord. Cancer. Has luck finally changed for you? Somebody's heard your fucking prayers, Cancer. Somebody's finally heard your Cancer crabby ass prayers. All right? No longer will you go unheard by the divine. They've finally heard your call. All right? So basically, anytime now. I can't really apply a time frame to it. Woo! I wish I could be a Cancer. I'll never have love come in. People always bitch about being single for you. I've been single for 2 years. Try being single your whole motherfucking life and then let me hear you bitch. All right? I ain't had a relationship my whole entire life. Somebody tell me when I'm gonna have a relationship, I always tell, oh, just joking, all right? Actually, I'm not joking. Can you motherfucking tell me? Anyways, why am I making this about me? Cancer, altogether, y'all should say, shut the fuck up and just do the read, you mouthy bastard, all right? Thanks for the 10, Lloyd, appreciate that. Cancer, anytime now. It's gonna, you all will not get in a relationship at the same time. You all will not get into a relationship at the same time. You're all gonna be on different timelines. You will be in a long-term relationship by 2022. Look at this. This is 2022. But what I find so funny is you got good cards for the next 2 years. Next two. This is actually a 2.5-year forecast because we're only this is a 2.5-year forecast. So in the next 2.5 years, you'll be in a relationship long-term, and it's going to happen at any point. It's like, I want to tell y'all, just let the shit happen. Stop trying to apply a time frame for when you're supposed to be in a relationship. Like, don't do the whole American Pie thing. Remember when they all said, well, I want to lose my virginity by the end of this school year. No, you don't. It's going to happen at different times. Stop trying to apply a timeline to your love life. You know what I'm saying? It's going to happen when it wants to, and it's in the next 2.5 years. All right, is what it's telling me. So just be prepared. Could be with an Aries fire sign or another water sign. All right. Okay. You remember that movie American Pie when they were all like basically made a bet who's gonna win, who's gonna lose their virginity before? I literally got an image of that. I think I'm bullshitting. I got an image of the American Pie movie and people betting on when they're gonna lose their virginity. But for you, it's not losing virginity. It's for when you're gonna get in a relationship. So stop trying to apply a time frame or put a time frame on it. It's gonna happen when it does. Don't force it before a certain timeline or by the end of the year I want to manifest it. No, just go along with it. All right. Let's do Leo. Okay, there's some connections coming in for you. Almost immediately, Leo, keep forgetting the damn signs. You almost immediate, but I want to give you just a forecast. Do I see you in this end-all, be-all relationship with this person? Not like a full-on, I don't want to say it's like the biggest like marriage, like, oh my God, you two are like married, you're in a house together, all this stuff. It feels like somebody you'll go steady with, if you get what I'm saying. It feels like I got the phrase, go steady. So it feels like, I don't see nothing bad for you love-wise. I don't see like crazy heartbreak energy, but I feel like you'll be going steady with someone for the rest of this year or going into 2021. Keep in mind, this is a 2.5-year forecast. So it's like a dating situation. I see a going steady situation. Looks like something could be decent. Some of you, there's also gonna be a past person that pops up. And I don't wanna say some of you may end up with a past person. I don't wanna say that. So I'll just say, hey, just don't be surprised if a past person pops up. Don't tell me it's not your story. She's the boogie. Look, your name insults you. I don't have to sit there making an insult. Your name insults you, lady. All right, just saying. Your name just dogged your ass out. All right, so no need for a comeback. Your name itself is a comeback. All right, now kiss the crack of my ass. That's what I kind of feel for you, Leo, is that there's going to be this energy of basically you dating someone or going steady with someone. All right. I do sense that heavily. Not saying it won't lead to something long term, but it feels like it's going steady energy. I got to tell you what I feel. And you know, I can predict. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but you know, I can predict. Okay. All right. So that's what I feel. I don't understand how you can say something not your story that's a prediction and keep acting like that. Whoever did that, keep acting like that. I'll tell you what's in your future, a fucking fist. You go around acting like that, you the type of bitch that end up in a ditch. I'm not saying I'm gonna do it. I'm not threatening you. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying with a mouth like yours and to sit there and the way you heckle folks, all right, I won't be surprised seeing your motherfucking photograph on the side of a milk carton. Just saying. You the type to fuck around and come up missing. I'm just saying, so you need to watch your mouth. People on edge these days, just make sure you know you're safe here, but don't go out in public with that bullshit. All right. Okay. And that's not a threat. I was basically saying, with a mouth like that, somebody will get her. I'm just saying. Thanks for the $4.99 crystal hour. Thanks for the $13.99 Momac. Appreciate that. Thanks for the 10 Loida. I think I did. It just disappeared. All right, let's do Virgo. Oh, Leo, I forgot to tell you your time frame. Your time frame is I would actually say the next year and a half I see a connection coming in. Could be as early as this year, but it feels like you're going steady with this person, Leo. Keep in mind, I forgot to tell you your, here we go. Okay. All right, let's go. Okay. Not my story for a situation, for a damn reading that's 3 years ahead. If you was damn, that's what I don't get. They always do that every far out reading. Every time I predict far out, that's not my story. If you could see the future, you don't need me. You need to market yourself. If you can see that far ahead for yourself, what the hell you doing watching me? If you got that crystal ball inside your big ass head, you don't need me. You should be able to just know answers immediately. You should be able to just, okay, I know the answer now. Come on. All right, let's do Virgo now. People are just... Oh. Woo. Let's see, Virgo, what's the hell? No. 2022. Virgo, your year is 2022. I know you don't want to hear me say that. Oh, Tyler, but you said, no, don't tell me what I said. Energies change. Ten of Swords, okay. I hate that. I hate the fact that you're going to have, for the rest of this year, there will be an option that comes in, but as fast as you two start up, it's going to end. Just hold out. Virgo, I know that, patience is what you need right now. And I think Virgo has patience. I don't know. Who gives a shit, right? But I feel like basically patience is a virtue. I don't even know what that means, but I just know that it just sounds fancy and people like to hear it. So patience is a virtue. I don't even know what the hell that means. But patience is basically something that you need to practice because I feel like your year is 2022. That's what I feel. It feels like it's far off. Next 2.5 years, I feel like it'll be toward the end of the next 2.5 years going into 2022. Don't take anything too seriously for the rest of this year. As fast as you two start up, it'll end. I guarantee you. You will have options. I feel like you'll go through some options, what I'm picking up on. In 2021, there will be options, probably more than one in your life. But I would say that it gets more serious toward the end of the next 2.5 years, which would be in 2022. All right, is what it's telling me. That's what I feel. I gotta tell you what I feel. I'm not gonna tell you I see a relationship when this is not an energy of a relationship here. Ten of Swords, all right? Okay, let's go. Let's do Libra now. Okay. Woo! That's good. Damn, Libra, good next to you. Why can't I be a Libra? Jesus. Never mind. No, I don't. I like to make decisions. I know they're the indecisive sign. Jesus, I like to make decisions on a fucking haste. I ain't got time for that waiting for a decision to be made, deciding whether you want asparagus or fucking green beans. Just choose a motherfucking vegetable and keep it moving, right? 'Cause I know they're indecisive about everything, but that's why I definitely wouldn't want to be one. But I feel like the next few years, there's something in the air in regard to a long-term thing for you, if that's what you're looking for. I feel like there's something headed toward a long-term thing. It feels like, I want to say it like this. That I feel like there could be a connection that comes in. And you two over the next, this sounds so fairy tale-like, but I'm going to say it anyways. It feels like there's going to be this connection that comes in to where you actually get to know each other. It's not one of those connections that where you just jump into it, where you don't even know the person yet. And you just in their own blind faith. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like basically a connection that organically grows. You get to know the person, and you two eventually get married or engaged. And that's the type of connection I see that you being in the next 2.5 years. Most likely year you'd meet them. It could be the next, like, I would say for the rest of this year going into next year, is at some point. You're not too far off. I'll put it that way. I say the next year, I would say you'd probably meet this person. Next year and a half, possibly. All right, is what it's telling me. I see you actually growing with this person, possibly being a life partner type situation. It feels like it's a life partner type energy. And I hate to say that because I don't like to give off that hope. I mean, I like to give off hope to people, but I don't want to give them false hope. You get what I'm saying? And that's the type of connection I see you in. And the next year, you could meet this person. If it's not the next year, just hold out. All right? Okay, let's do Scorpio. You'll have a connection this year at some point, but it feels like it's going to be a connection where either you have a hard time opening up or they do. You know what that leads to? Missed opportunities because somebody doesn't open up. Whether this is you or them, just keep that in mind. For the rest of this year of 2020, there's going to be a connection that comes in, but either you're not opening up or they are not. Just remember I told you that. Keep in mind this is a prediction. But the real one, I want to say, there'll be a connection that comes in that you don't stick with, and by 2022, the real person's in here. So it feels like you'll have a connection come in, but either you missed the opportunity or they do because the lack of vulnerability. But I feel like 2022 is your year of a major relationship. It feels good. I would say toward the end of the next 2.5 years, i.e. 2022, is your year of a long-term thing, all right? Long-term. But there will be a little temporary connection that comes in where the vulnerability is the biggest issue between you two. Whether your vulnerability or theirs, and some of you, both of your vulnerabilities causes the situation to remain still or not go anywhere, all right? So 2022 is your year. It feels really good toward then, all right? So keep in mind, you got a connection coming in, but I'm not thinking it's your long-term one. I feel like that's more toward 2022, all right? Vulnerable means, when I say lack of vulnerability is when you're, okay, for example, whether it's friends or lovers. Let me give you an example for this. Vulnerability is when you go into a situation and you just let it all out. You wear your heart on your sleeve. You're open to the idea of corresponding with this person. You're open to, well, that's what vulnerability means, being open to it. Exposing yourself to be either let down or to be built up by a connection. So it's not saying it's going to go perfect if you're vulnerable, but it just means, hey, you're opening yourself up for possible good stuff or possible bad stuff, but you're not being closed off to it. A lack of vulnerability is where you're just closed off and nothing's coming, it's not coming in, it's not going out, it's just staying right where it's at. I'm not expressing emotions, I'm not doing any of that. That's what vulnerability means, all right? Okay, what sign am I doing? Sagittarius, right? Okay, thanks for the compliments, appreciate that. I do believe in the law of attraction, absolutely. I miss you too, mama. My mama's in here. She's Yaya and Mango. Make sure y'all subscribe to Yaya and Mango. Y-A-Y-A-N and Mango. M-A-N-G-O. One second. Okay. All right, let's go. Sagittarius, let's see. Sagittarius, 2021, you'll be in a relationship. But let me tell you something, and I'm gonna say it once. And I've been saying this in your reading for fucking ages now. At this point, it's becoming a fucking repetitive thing here for you. Vulnerability. I just said this in the last reading. Tell it, damn, stop. Just tell it. Don't tell me what to stop doing. Here's my thing. Open your fucking mouth. Be more vulnerable. Tell that can't be me. No, don't tell me what you can't, but can't be you. Sometimes it takes a mirror being put in your face for you to see how you are. And let me be that mirror for you today. And let me show you an image of yourself. Closed off, not vulnerable. Nine of Wands is not a card of somebody who's open and friendly. Just saying. So your best year is next year, 2021. Get it together, or guess what? That ship's going to sail without you, and you're sitting there looking stupid from the dock, watching the ship sail. So that can't be, no, don't tell me what can't be you. It's the coffee talking, just go along with it, all right? Look at 2020. What does that mean to you? 10 of Cups in the tarot is the ultimate relationship card. It's the emotional bliss card. It's being as happy as possible card. So either get on the ball. And for some reason, I felt the need to call out your vulnerability. Nine of Wands, what are you being open to? How's it gonna get in if you're not open to it? You know what I'm saying? Do you want to sit here and watch me for the rest of your life? Do you want to sit and watch Tyler's tarot and basically, be one of the, lost, lonely souls watching me? Don't you want to be amongst the elite, the 1% that have a good relationship? Don't we fucking all, right? So you need to make sure that you get yourself together by 2021. Or don't tell me what, so don't do it. So your relationship, someone told me to call your ass out on vulnerability. Nine of Wands is my lack of basically, who gives a shit, right? This is your year of 2021. You need to get with the program. You need to get with the program. How does Sagittarius act in love? Let's see. Closed off. Look. Seven of Wands is the card of being defensive, closed off. Is that not trying to double clarify it for you? So this makes me think, for me to call you out like this, you need to be ready for a connection. If you're not ready, it's not going to sit on. Time waits for nobody. I got that from my friend Allison. Time waits for nobody. All right? So get it right. Okay, let's do it. Let's do 10 for the, thank you Jess R for the 10, appreciate that. Let's do Capricorn. Ooh, Capricorn, you got a connection coming in all right. There's a connection coming in. Could be a couple from the rest of the year. Capricorn, I have to keep it real with you. I see a little bit of rocky times. If some of you, I see a move for you in 2021. You may think I'm full of shit, but 2021, I actually see a possible move for you, or a residential move. Could be a job move. It could be some type of move coming up for you next year. All right, so just keep that in mind. I don't get big relationship energies from your card. I got to keep it real. I don't get the biggest. Am I saying you won't have no options? Absolutely you will. But I see you two basically fighting like cats and mice, like cat and mouse type bull. Not cat and mouse. Who gives a shit, right? Well, actually, you do give a shit. I don't see the biggest long-term thing in the next 2.5 years. I got to keep it freaking real. I don't get long-term energy in the next 2.5 years for you. And that's not saying it's not going to happen, but it's saying on the current path you're on, is there anything they can do to improve their chances? Be more friendly. Be more friendly. Also be open to types that you don't normally go for. It's asking you, because look at this. Page of, what did I say be more friendly? Look at this, 4 of Cups, Page of Pentacles. Capricorn, you're going to have to settle for somebody you normally wouldn't go for. I just feel I do think there's going to be a long-term, I do think there's a possibility for a long-term thing, but you need to get that pickiness under control. You got to get it under control. Whether they have a wonky nose, a hunchback, they wear overalls, they don't look like me, which I know that's what you strive for. I always have to add that joke, all right? It's a good joke. It cuts the tension. Not really, all right? Because believe me, I'm sure you can find better looking. But I'm just saying, don't be so picky, because there may be some types that come along, whether they have different beliefs than you, different ways of doing things that you normally, because I know Capricorns are very, I don't know. Let me try to stop being somebody's astrologist and just read the cards, right? I don't know shit about astrology. What I do know is you need to stop being picky and a little bit more friendly or open. And I feel like it could happen, all right? But I feel like for some of you, I don't get the biggest relationship, but what I will say is you can increase your chances if you would dig into another type that you normally wouldn't go for. Try out a different race, a different background that you normally wouldn't go for, a different religious person, or you see what I'm saying? Some of you, for me to say race, some of you look at different races, different types. You may be surprised what you find, all right? It's disgusting. What's disgusting? I know you're not getting up in here being, don't even try that. All right. Okay, thanks Jody for the $9.99. Thanks, appreciate that. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do Aquarius. Thanks, Liz. Appreciate that. Okay, Aquarius. Why is it calling people out on vulnerability? It's going to make people think I'm just reading off a script. It's calling out vulnerability. Okay, Aquarius, it wants to call you out too. But, I mean, come on. You're not the most, emotional sign. Let's just keep it all the way real. If we're going to keep it real, we're going to keep it all the way real. You're not the most emotional sign. All right? I don't think, my brother's an Aquarius too. In my 30 years of living, I have never met a emotional Aquarius, ever. All right? Finding one is like finding a needle in a haystack. I bet I have a better chance of running into Bigfoot than running into an emotional Aquarius, but let's just go there. I feel like basically vulnerability, it keeps calling people out on it, so I'm gonna say it. I do feel like a connection could come in for you almost immediately. I really do. I really do. I see some of you dating in the next year and a half. I gotta keep it real. It looks like it could be the rest of this year or going into 2021. So it feels like there could be a connection that comes in almost like immediately. I would say it would span over the next year and a half, which year and a half, keep in mind we're already halfway through 2020. So from now until the end of 2021 would be the hot months for you to find somebody to date. Coffee lover, is that what I'm saying? Do you not hear me mention in years? It says, Tyler, I thought you was giving time frames. What the hell do you think I'm doing? Just saying, you think I'm just naming out numbers? What the fuck I look like? I'm playing bingo? I'm not just yelling out numbers. This is the years. What the hell I look like? B4, B20. No, I'm yelling out the years of possible. What did I just do? All right, 2020, 2021 looks like the biggest years for a potential relationship for you. All right, I'm just not yelling out numbers just for the shits and giggles. So I feel like basically that's what I feel. I feel like in the next year and a half, there could be a possible dating scenario that transpires. And I want you to be as open as possible, Aquarius. I want you to be as open as possible. It sounds like I'm reading off a script because they're so repetitive. It's calling out everybody on vulnerability tonight for some reason. I feel, for me to keep getting this repetitive, don't tell me what's fake. All right, don't, who's that? You're very fucking annoying, Vari. You twat. Oh, it already been hidden, very. Saying I'm fake. Bitch, please. All right, so I feel like in the next year and a half, it could happen. It feels very on the horizon. I just want to tell you to be more vulnerable. I don't feel like I have more advice to give than just to be open to it. And it could be in the next year and a half, a dating scenario here. I see a big dating scenario, like a heavy dating scenario, all right? That's what I get. What is with these people today? Y'all think I'm lame? I'm sorry if I'm being lame today, I'm sorry. You know I'm crazy than a shithouse rat on crack, you know? All right. My thing is, they just sat there and said, Todd, I thought you was giving time frames. What do you think I'm doing? All right. I can't do shit right according to these damn trolls. But I got more love than I do hate, so I got more not. Okay. You'll have more than one option in the next. Okay, let's see. 1 second, let's see. Pisces, what are you doing? You do have a connection coming in. What's the most likely year? 2022. Why does everybody get 2022? You got love coming in this year. If you don't have one, I'd be surprised if you didn't have an option right now. The option you have coming in this year won't be the one you stick with. I'll tell you that. You have a more serious relationship coming into like freaking 2022. 2020, what the hell's going on in 2022? It looks good. Thanks for the 499, Donnie. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Aaliyah, for the 1111. Aaliyah, thank you. Thanks for 999, Jody. Thanks for your continued support. Thank you so much. Pisces, I don't see nothing bad for you, but what I do see is you have an option coming in this year. Why would that work or not work? Tell me why. It'll end. It's just a little connection that kind of just gives you a little entertainment. Look at it as entertainment. Look at it as fun. Why do you have to look at something so serious? Look at things so serious. They won't be the one you stick with. Pisces, if you don't hear anything I motherfucking say, you need to hear this right now. I'm about to do a collective, so stick around for the collective. The option that comes in this year, mark my words, you do not need to put all your eggs into that basket. Do not put all your eggs into this basket. Look at it as a fun thing. Look at it as like a sexual thing, whatever you want to look at it as. A kink, whatever you want to look at it as. Just don't look at it as something that's going to take you off into the sunset, side straddle to a horse with your princess or Prince Charming, all right? So I feel like your more serious years would be toward the end of the next 2 years, 2021, just look out for 2022. Just look forward to that year, all right? You'll have an option next. It's just like, I want to say there's an option that comes in this year that you may even be dealing with next year. You'll be dealing with that same option next year, but I promise you that's not the one you're going to end up with. But you'll be dealing with them next year. Could bleed into next year is what I want to say. 2021. 2022, there's a serious person in your life. It's a king or a queen, what do you want to call it? It's coming up as a king of pentacles. Could be an earth sign. But it's just keep that in mind. So for the rest of this year, 2020, there's a connection coming in. They could bleed into next year, or you may have another option next year. Could go many ways. But I feel like your more serious years would be 2022. There's a serious lover here, all right? Okay, let's do collective now. Now, if you want to, in fact, I'm not gonna do collective like that. I'm gonna do a collective, I'm gonna do, pick a card, or pick a deck, I should say. Pick three, from 1 to 3. 1 to 3. So pile 1, you have a relationship coming up. See, I'm scared to do this because I'm afraid it's going to contradict your signs read. But if it contradicts, just take which one makes sense to you, all right? If you pick pile 1, there's a fire sign or an earth sign you're going to end up with. Could start as friends and lead to more, or it's just you two are friends and lovers. It's like it's good to be a lover with a friend, somebody who knows you. It's going to be a great connection for you. You two are going to deal with one another for the next year and a half, 2 years. I want to say it may not be the most long-term thing, but I feel like it could be something that lasts a pretty good bit. That's what I got. All right, pile number 2. A lot of ups and downs. You'll have an option come in this year. You see there's that vulnerability thing. Be open to it. Don't be the one that sits and, it may be just a temporary connection, but I see it being something that teaches you lessons. I see you dealing with multiple people over the next 2.5 years. I see you dealing with multiple, you'll have multiple different options come in throughout the course of the next 2.5 years, pile 2. All right. Just be open. Don't wear your heart on your sleeve too much, but at least be somewhat open to let it in, I guess you could say. It keeps talking about vulnerability. What about pile 3? There'll be an air sign or a fire sign that you go hot and heavy with. This could be somebody that you be in a long-term thing with. It's definitely stable. It's stable. What's so fun? You know what theme you're going to play out in your love life, number 3? Watch when you're in a relationship. Everybody wants you all of a sudden. Watch. Tell what the fuck are you talking about? Pile 3, hear me out for a second. You're going to be that type that when you were single, nobody batted an eye at your ass. You felt like an ugly duckling. You felt like ugly Betty. But the second that you end up, or ugly Bobby, the second you end up in a relationship, everybody's going to start seeing you as more desirable or more desirable. So that's going to be a theme in your love life. You need to make sure that when you end up with your person, have eyes for them only, because those people are just tempted by the fact that you're in a relationship. They're kind of like turned on by that. It kind of, that's the story I get. Y'all know I don't get stories like that normally. Just, so I'm saying, it kind of floats their boat, tickles their pickle that you're in a relationship. Whew, you're that type. And nobody paid a single attention to your ass when you were single. But look, as soon as you, see what I'm saying? Watch that be a factor in your love life. Watch how more, when you end up with your person, how much more people pay you attention and want to invade your relationship. Just watch. Mark my words. Your most likely connection will come in, and for the rest of this year or next year, next year, you'll meet this person or be around this person, whoever this is. Who gives a shit, right? And that's what. So with that being said, you all have a good one. I never got a story like that ever on this channel. That's crazy. With that being said, y'all have a good one, and I'll talk to you later. All right, bye, y'all. Thanks for the 1111, Miss Enjoys Tarot. Thank you so much for your continued support. Hey, evening from the New York meet and greet. I saw you in New York. All right, bye, y'all.